Meteorologist Chad Merrill with your full 7-day forecast.
All vessels and seasonal slips bank 1 through 45 on the Summersville Lake must be checked out no later than Wednesday, August 28th, and the Summersville Lake water level is being lowered due to the epic drought in place. Farther north of the Youghiogheny Lake, this is in Pennsylvania, officials were forced to end the boating season altogether before Labor Day. The gas station closed down August 24th and all boats were removed. The rentals were pulled on August 3rd. Not only is the drought instigating low water levels in the Youghiogheny and Summersville Lake, ending the boat season before Labor Day, we are at I-79 in Burnsville, West Virginia, and all these leaves behind me have already changed color and will drop off prematurely well before the peak of the fall foliage season in October. Keep in mind, while the trees look gorgeous right now at the end of August, it's way too early, and that means an early start to the wildfire season. Heed the message from our friend Smokey Bear, because these high fire risk days will be abundant through the fall season. So do we have any temporary short-term relief from the heat and the dry spell? Let's go into the studio and find out. Well, one variable that we look at, the evaporative demand drought index. And look here in southern West Virginia and right along the Ohio River. We are in the same classification as they are in California. That is absolutely absurd, and that means we are going to have a heightened wildfire season. And I think when the drought monitor comes out later this week, most of our area will be in a severe drought, and the extreme drought will continue to migrate across much of the state north of Summersville. Our temperatures right now, 83 in Harmon, 84 degrees in Horton, 85 in Pipestem, 85 degrees in Oak Hill. The dew points are in the low 60s, so yes, higher than they were 24 and 48 hours ago, but we have some higher dew points. Very sultry, 78 degrees right now in Springfield, and the heat wave is going to peak the next 2 days with temperatures near 90. And the reason, we have a strong area of high pressure that is in place right across the Ohio Valley. The storms riding along the periphery of that, we are not going to benefit from any of that rain. Another high pressure near Dallas as well, but we do have a cold front that we are tracking. The timing of that will be right during the Labor Day holiday. You might be feeling some more aches and pains. That's because the barometric pressure is lowering with all the heat that we have. But the ARH More for Appalachia Aches and Pains forecast shows we're pretty steady with high pressure until we get to Sunday. That's when the front comes through, and then the pressure starts to rise early next week. Big dome of high pressure. That is providing all the heat across the east, and it's moving east eventually away from the region, and the trough that you see out west is eventually going to replace that high, and you can see temperatures departure from average finally across the northern plains, cooler than average. But look at all this heat that we have over the next 2 days, folks. Temperatures will be record-breaking across the region, very close to 90 degrees. Matter of fact, I'm forecasting 91 tomorrow, which would break the record of 90. High pollen count, so if you have those sniffles and sneezes, it's because of the ragweed and the grass. We desperately need the rain. We need about 3 tropical storms to come through, and we have absolutely nothing on the horizon with tropical activity. But we do have the front that will be the impetus for maybe a 1/4 of an inch of rain a little bit later this week. But here's the bottom line. I expect upgrades to the drought report when it comes out on Thursday. Very little rain expected through Sunday and a cooler late weekend trend. 7-day forecast, folks. If you like the heat, you'll like the next 2 days. If we do get a thunderstorm Thursday and Friday, it'll have a little bit of wind with it, not much rain. I think the more widespread showers will be on Saturday, 85, and then we turn the corner towards cooler weather Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with highs in the 70s, overnight lows back into the 50s. That's your 7-day forecast. We have more news coming up after this break. Here's our Trivia Tuesday question, folks. I think we have a couple of seconds here. When was the latest 90-degree temperature recorded in the calendar year for Beckley? Do you think it's tomorrow, September 10th last year, October 3rd, 2019, or Christmas of 1930?
Definitely not Christmas 1930. I'm going to guess B, September 10th, 2023.
Yeah, I think B makes sense.
Dang
2019.
In October.
right.
Then we had 28 inches of snow.
Wow.
Maybe our next one. Now we have more news coming at you, 6 o'clock. See you then. Good night.